we're turning our back on this this thing that is very unique. I don't feel those in your environment are in agreement with this belief system. Welcome back to your video. As we get started, I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. We're going to start with an oracle card and then we'll get into the tarot. If you haven't already, check the community board for updates. Don't forget. There we go. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and when and if it resonates, also the like button. It's like giving a boost of energy to the channel to help keep us going. And I appreciate it. Thank you. Your oracle card. Dun, 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 dun. Very beautiful. You have, you're not for everyone. And before I even got into the tarot, well, actually, I don't want to lie. Your cards were shuffled out, and then I asked Spirit for an oracle card. So this is where your caption came from. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. So for some of you or all of you, check your North Node. It may be doing something right now in the current transits if you have your natal chart. If not, there are a billion websites that would allow you to type in the information, get it done for free. I also offer a reasonable service. I think it's like $11. You can go to the Etsy store, not to shameless plug, but if you're interested, I'll put the link to the Etsy store in the description, or you can just astronauthuchi, I think .etsy.com or something like that. So let's see why you ain't for everybody. I do want to dig into the book because it's super dope. She's an amazing writer and I love her. This is the, what is this? The Starseed Oracle. And is this Elena? Let me see. Who did this one? I do believe this is her deck. Maybe not. Oh, Rebecca Campbell. Same thing. She cool too. I love Elena Fairchild as well. She's really deep like her. At any rate, you, okay? You're not for everyone. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you, okay? But it's also filled with those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. They won't ever want what you're selling. Don't try to convince them to walk alongside you, same thing. You'll be wasting both your time and theirs and will likely inflict unnecessary wounds that will take precious time to heal. You're not for them, and they're not for you. Politely wave them on and continue on your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing your true north. Pulling this card means you're being called to embrace your uniqueness, to own your weirdness, to let the world see who you really are, to reveal your multifaceted, multidimensional nature, not to dim your light according to who is in your presence, to own all parts of yourself so that your people, the ones who are the same kind of weird as you, can recognize you when your paths cross. Whew, I think that was a little deep. So it is clear, past, present, or future, there may be some in the environment that you're being asked to let go of. And it's almost a promise of like wish fulfillment for some of you, or just a guarantee that if you do this, it's not like, open up, be yourself, stand on business and just be alone. it's necessary for your highest good to organically and authentically attract what is best for you. This could be at work, finance, career, relationship, my content creators. If you're questioning your style, my artists, your lingo, your songwriting, whatever it is that you do, you're being asked. To me, intuitively, I'm getting authenticity. That's very important. But more so than authenticity, because I feel like that isn't the strength. The strength is in knowing your value and not dimming your light or changing based on your environment. And I don't know if it's the Pisces in me, because my North Node is not Pisces, but there are some of us that just have the gift to adjust to any circumstance and situation, which means that it's like a chameleon. You can accommodate whatever, whenever, however. I feel that there is a situation on your mind or in the present, may even be in the near future, that is going to require you, not your capacity to adapt, or blend in or mimic or compromise, just you. Okay. So here are the cards. First card coming out, you have the 6 of Wands. Okay. I love this card because it's like awareness, recognition, honor. I appreciate you. And I feel that your true collective, your true soulmate, the twin flame, I don't care if it's your kids, someone in your household, your boss, there may be someone or someones that actually appreciate just as you are. Okay. The next card you have is the 2 of Swords, one of my favorites. It's a very protective card. It's a very mystical, magical card. And it also represents the veil, right? So if you have a gift or some sort of ability with this multi-dimensional, uniqueness, your intuitiveness or your connection to spirit, whatever the case may be, own that. That is like 1 in a million. I came across, I don't know if it was a video or an article, way back. And if you're from the southern sectors or some countries that, talk about it, whatever your traditions are, it's like some children are actually even born without the break in whatever that, embryo sac is, or you know what I mean? Like they're born in the protective thing. And it has to be manually, broken to take them out. That's kind of like being born with the veil is what they say. And, legend has it that those individuals are very unique, have strong powers and gifts. And, with every gift, there comes what we may feel as a curse, where we're unique and we're different. And sometimes we just may not want to be, right? But I feel if you want to know your soul purpose, your path, where your abundance comes in life, it may have something to do with your true north, or the true you. The Queen of Wands came out and I was like, I don't know why. And it's not the picture. Intuitively, it went dark just a little bit. And then I wanted to not be biased, right? But intuitively, it was like, these are 2 things. This is 2 things being true. Okay. And as we dive into it, I will flip the bottom of the deck over and there you have it. Okay. Now, the 2 of Swords can sometimes represent 2 things being true. Okay. We got that. Now, the 2 things being true is this appreciation, this recognition, awareness, right? Over here, we have a need to look into our shadow energy. I feel the end goal has something to do with your confidence, your magnetism and attraction, and or something we don't see. And I was like, Spirit, that is a very distinctive message, and I appreciated that. where sometimes if we are blind, in a sense, to an aspect of ourselves, and then there's this protective, defending energy that's probably not natural, opening or welcoming, like self-love, it just seemed a bit, I don't want to say passive aggressive because the Queen of Cups is here, but there was just something where it's like the past and the future not being the same energy, but the two things kind of being true. What we've overcome and turned our backs on to move forward, we recognize some things, we feel good about that, but it's like you could feel better, have more confidence, clarity, or your magnetism, your energy could improve if you took a look at this thing. And I feel like that thing may be subconscious, and it also talks about the shadow. So we're going to take some clarifiers and kind of like dig into it. All right. Super dope, super dope. Now with the Two of Swords, that two things being true and how we see it or needing to read between the lines, let's get a clarifier for that. And I hope you're not wearing headphones. I know sometimes when I listen to videos and the shuffling is in the background, I'm like, it's not my favorite. Okay. I feel this is the defensive, protective energy where we're going against the grain mentally, like thinking a thing and then fighting it. Does that make sense? I want to explain it without giving it a situation. Like there's something that is in the subconscious or that could be given up, release, sacrifice, like something spiritually, emotionally, subconsciously or consciously that is being presented to us, right? So this is that shadow energy, that the something that may be revealed, something that may come to your awareness is being given to you. And it's like, I don't think you want to see it or have seen it. And since this is a general reading, I can't be overly specific, but if it does resonate, intuitively, you'll feel it. There's other parts of the reading. So if that doesn't hit you, leave it for, somebody else that it may. But yeah, it's kind of like that, where there's an aspect of yourself that you may not, I mean, even though the cards say be aware of, I just don't feel like you like it or appreciate it. And I think that you should. And I don't think that you should just for the greater good. It's just that she's very confident, and her confidence, it has a lot to do with her energy. And that confidence and that energy has a lot to do with what she attracts. And since she's my havoc or harmony, if this havoc or harmony is within or around us, you do have some control over a situation. And I feel like your strength is in something that either you don't see or maybe refusing to see. Okay. All right. One card, and I'm going to pull it from the top. Okay. You have the Two of Wands, 2 2s. 22 is about action. And I asked Spirit, you got 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the 9 of Wands. So it definitely talks about perseverance. It does talk about like this energy of getting through, not letting go, being devoted. That's a very favorable energy where perseverance is big. But with the 8 of Cups, talking about letting go, I feel that it's an inner thing with the High Priestess here, because she continues to come up for you. And I don't want to forget that Queen of Cups, because it was a significant message for someone along your journey. The subconscious, the feminine energy, the spiritual energy is very strong. And the Two of Wands is the seeing the world as your oyster. It's like something is kind of afar. You see it, you're waiting on it. And I feel like you may be trying to manifest something, or you have an expectation of something. And it's like the distance between you and that thing, I feel like lies within you. And we have the coffee cup reading, okay, that's going to post. And it's crazy. Some of you may be watching it and watching this, but this thing where it was like you get really close and you quit. That may not be for this particular reading, but I feel these are two different energies where I'm prepared and I have this vision that allows me to see through things or in between things. That vision is necessary, I feel, for you authentically, organically, and internally to believe, or to just get hyped up about something that may be important to you. And it could be where your rewards and the recognition comes from, and or the aspect of you that attracts it, if that makes sense. But you have 22, and that's definitely about action. Now for the 6 of Wands, you have 2 cups. That's a lot of 2s. You got the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, you got the World card. Oh my God. Okay, Spirit, let's get one card for, okay. We got a couple. We have, okay, our Queen of Coins. And if I said the Queen of Cups, okay, thank you for getting me back there. Here's the thing real quick. This is what you got. We're going to talk about it. You also got the Wheel of Fortune right here and the World card. Check that out. So it's on your side. I feel that we're turning our back on this thing that is very unique. I don't feel those in your environment are in agreement with this belief system. I feel like it may be non-traditional for some. Others of you, if it's despair, like financial issues, if it's poor health because we're just running ourselves thin, people pleasing, and or just being caretakers, you deserve to be appreciated. That's like the essential workers during the pandemic or something like that, right? Where it's almost like the military people too. You know how people say, we appreciate you for your service. There's a situation that may involve like what you're putting into something, how you show up, and what's being regurgitated back to you from that group, that situation, that occupation, or something like that. Before we unpack it, when I saw the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, and then I saw the Queen of Wands here giving us the advice, the Queen of Cups was pouring out her cup. And for some, it may be a block and too late. When someone or something returns, I don't know if it's you or someone else, but someone is blocking out or defending themselves from an energy, a person, or a situation that they've become aware of the shadow side, like not liking an aspect of it. And if that person isn't aware or wonders why, that's where, well, maybe not you, but that person, maybe that's where that person needs to take time out to see something that you don't see about how you come across, or why things are delayed, or where we lack confidence at, or why we get really close, but don't get on the ship. It's like there may be something that we can sit back and like, it's a shadow work and a self-reflection. Regardless of what words I use, it is self-reflection and shadow work, right? Another thing, the maiden, the mother, and the crown energy. The Queen of Cups is like the maiden, and the mother is sometimes the Empress. And in this particular situation, I was like, well, the Queen of Wands and the Empress share this fertile, nurturing, accommodating, charming sort of energy. Like as a wife, or as like a feminine energy, it's the caretaker. It's the, I can get it all done. I can do it. She might iron everybody in the house clothes, her husband clothes, fix the lunch, pack this, do that. It's just a very abundant thing. And everything is like the Midas touch, like everything is just good, when they have it. Now the Queen of Cups is more experimental. And she may play with fire or go through the forest blind to see what's all out there. And by the time she gets to the mother energy, it's like you've been through the conception phase, right? And whatever it is that you're creating or giving birth to, figuratively or for real, you're now equipped through your experiences, your wisdom, your confidence, confident in your own skin or whatever the case, to take care of that situation. And so if I'm pouring out a cup, but somebody's like, I appreciate you, I think this about you, I like that about you, and it's still like some sort of denial or some sort of no, it's like, well, why? Right. And so I hope that makes sense, because it's in my brain. But regardless of if this is like a situation with people or something within self, there's like this denial, right? And denial as in denied pouring out that cup, no access, or denial as in type deal. Okay, so now move forward, because I was like, I didn't want to let that go. And it was a big part of intuitively how I felt when I saw the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck pouring out the cup, and then I got the Queen of Wands facing forward. The Queen of Cups was looking back in the past and just pouring some things out. The Queen of Wands is sitting forward in a very dominant, stance, where sometimes it's protective, just like this Two of Swords. But at other times, it's like in this particular position where she's giving us advice, it's taking a look at something we don't see. And it's crazy that, the Two of Swords in a challenging position is refusing to see something. Now, if you're refusing to see the world as your oyster, we need to see why. If you're not 100% confident in this project, in yourself, in the future, or in something that happened in the past, you may have made a decision or are struggling with making a decision regarding a past situation. And it's like, I think you rocked it. I feel just even being in this energy of, taking a look at that thing, and being proud of yourself. But for some people, that's not good enough. So it's like a need for shadow work, because we're refusing to see something that is necessary for you to move forward. Because in this Three of Wands in this deck, this is a road that hasn't been paved. So you have full creative director in this situation, I feel. It could be entrepreneurship, or it just talks about your magnetism to get that thing that you want, that person that you want, or just, to be confident in whatever your life is, right? Because everybody's not excited about, I'm trying to attract this and I want to start that and do this. Some of us are just living our lives and staying sane, okay? And because she creates harmony or havoc, it's, even if you have nothing going on and you're okay with that, it's still just this internal thing, and it's all about you. It's not even just about your thing, your idea, your job, this relationship. It's just about you. And if you're interested in seeing something that may be necessary for you to make a decision or feel more confident along the way in the future, then there we have it. Now, when I asked for a clarifier for the Six of Wands, you got the Queen of Coins with the Five of Coins. And that is a very distinctive combination, because they're in the same thing. Now, the Five of Coins represents, and then mind you, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune was at the bottom of the deck. So the Five of Coins is representing our day to day. And our day to day with it's kind of like the light is on, but we're out in the cold, and all we have to do is go into the light, right? It also represents being along our journey where we're so far from the beginning of it, and we haven't crossed the finish line just yet. And we're in that middle point where it's going to be a pain in the butt to turn around and go all the way back, just as much as it is to move forward into the unknown, right? And I think that that's a beautiful moment where we really get to see ourselves. Because if you quit, it's going to take you just as long to go all the way back and undo all of this growth as it would for you to continue to grow and move forward. So it's like there's really not a loss in the Five of Pentacles, and things that you've walked away from, things that you know are not good for you. These are things that may have come to your awareness, or some sort of reward. Okay. Now, financial stability and material wealth could be a factor, because you got some very physical cards where the fire represents something that may not have come all the way physically into the third dimension, but it's happening like in the spiritual realm. The Six of Wands is a good thing. But how it manifests into the physical, coming in as the Five of Pentacles, it's like a loss of faith for some of us, loss of resources, lovers, and like maybe losing security, whether financially or emotionally. There's something that we may be doing or thinking, or another individual, right? Because you got a few court cards here, where there could be like a loss of something in the present moment. Now, if you're not feeling like that, great, because a beginning and something new kind of being offered is a benefit with the Five of Pentacles. And I did see the Four of Cups. So it's like, the Four of Cups. So the thing that's being offered, when I said something is in denial or being denied, just be mindful of that, however it could play out into your life. Okay. That it's a possibility. If there was any job loss or setbacks, financial difficulties, or missed opportunities in the past, it's a reminder to not dwell on past failures and seek new possibilities to learn from our past mistakes. Okay. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is facing the past and there's something physical. So there's an actual thing that I feel like happened, and it's 11/11. So make a wish. I just want to say that while I'm recording the video. But there may be a physical thing. It could involve finances. It may involve a job, but it's just this thing about the past, and it's going against the current. This is current. So the thing in the past is going against the current, and we're in the current. I would say, I don't know, move forward. But the Two of Wands also says that when we move forward more optimistic, we move forward with more confidence, like, yeah, I can do this. We move forward knowing, right? And there's a little bit of unsurety with the Five of Pentacles. And you know that, whoever you are, where we're unsure about a situation that may require us to be a little bit more optimistic. Okay. Now, if there's any situation involving health, just be mindful to take care of yourself. Any repairs that you may need to do, be mindful of that. All right. It could be the house, it could be the car, etc. The Queen of Pentacles with these particular cards will point to that. And it does talk about like awareness and recognition. So we're doing that right now. Being in tune to your emotions may be very important, but struggling to express them to others, that could be a block. What may be blocking from the optimism, the seeing things your way. So if this were for like a relationship, a marriage, if I was a project manager and I had a team of people that I was working with, it just talks about how you express yourself to others and possibly struggling with it, because the Queen of Cups was at the bottom of the deck also. So just keep that in mind. Maturity and introspection, the growth from the Queen of Cups to either of these queens is very impressive. But if you don't see that, it could make it difficult to express yourself. And those difficulties could lead to energetic shifts. Those energetic shifts could create blocks, financial difficulties, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, if you are cut off and isolated from others, that may be an issue. Ideas, feeling of lack, insecurities, and anxieties could also be an issue, especially during a period of transition. These hardships are temporary, is what the Five of Pentacles will tell us, okay? And the struggle is to see through the physical and know that the world is your oyster, okay? Because things are going to change in time with that Wheel of Fortune, and I feel like they change for the best. Now with the Queen of Wands, and like I said, her advice to us, oh look, here's the Sun card. Oh my gosh. The Sun card, Judgment, Wheel of Fortune, those are big cards, okay? Because I was like, with the Queen of Wands, her advice was to see, okay, you just want to come out. We got the Seven of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. See, her advice was something possibly in the shadow, in the subconscious, that we need to deal with. The Seven of Swords does talk about a mystery, something hidden. It does talk about a little bit of it's manipulating. If I keep shuffling and I saw like the Devil card and some other stuff, it's like internally a part of us is manipulating us. Or, you know, if you're dealing with if you're dealing with trust issues from past situations, and just rejecting all newness in everybody and anybody, there may be a message in there too, because we could be holding on to situations, or just like being stingy and stealing. I don't know who would do that. Who being stingy and stealing? I wouldn't do that. Okay. There's that Four of Cups with the King of Cups. So rejecting, not accepting, and maybe some discontentment. A people pleaser, like I said, this could be in business. It doesn't have to be. But I feel that that's a level of mastery that the Queen of Cups could be working on. And in this particular deck, the Queen of Wands is the only queen that face forward like more dominant energies, like the Emperor or one of the kings. So it's really important in the present moment to move forward, to look into the shadow if she pops up to say it. And see, there's the clarifier, there's the Ace of Swords. So one card for Miss Ma'am. We got the Three of Swords and the Emperor. You are in control, but I do feel like past situations may have caused some confusion and someone may have difficulties trusting. We also have the Eight of Cups, which is that you can't take it with you, letting everything go, everything that no longer serves me, right? Nothing is wrong with that. But I feel the memories that you embed within yourself, it could make one less optimistic if everything that I do and everyone that I've had experiences with for the most part no longer serves me. So when do you find your niche and get into your thing? Where does your life partner come in at, or your life purpose or career choices? I don't want to say when do things become permanent, but it's like when, right? That's all I got there. It also talks about growth. For some of you, it talks about children. The Emperor represents like an authority figure. It also talks about stability. With that Five of Pentacles here, there may be some instability. And I do feel like this authoritative energy, and this block or this refusing to see, it's kind of like stubborn. So when I said in denial, there may be someone in the environment, if not you, that's in denial about a situation that's almost, I don't want to say almost perfect, but I'm trying to paint a picture because you still have the two. Look, oh my gosh. As soon as I said that, you have the World card and the Wheel of Fortune. You got this. Like this thing could work. Oh my God. This would be so annoying if it's a situation or a person like outside of you that's dealing with this shit. Excuse me, then I got crunk. But if it's not you per se, and it's someone within your storyline or psyche that is just not getting it and not healthy, maybe they're more into the physical, more into the material, focusing on their finances or whatever, feeling like they got to take care of a lot, right? I get that, but there's something keeping them, there's someone in this situation that could be blocked from being actually happy and enjoying the experience. You can't enjoy the experience when you got trust issues. You can't enjoy the experience if you talk yourself out of it. I don't feel two people can enjoy a situation when one person is refusing to see and then the other person is like, imagine if these were two different people. One person refusing to see and one person is like, they can see the finish line. It's like, I'm telling you, this, is it. This is the thing. I don't care if it's the song. I don't care if it's us being together. Whatever this is, somebody really sees it. This could be a part of you. But then on the flip side, it's something that you don't see, or this block where the physical or the spiritual or just these two things creating this like indecisiveness. And I don't like that with the Three of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Those both talk about possible losses, hurt, pain and things of that nature. This individual works through it, but at the same time, it's still there. Let's see why it's still there, because I'm nosy. We have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups. I feel that it's like devotion and loyalty, maybe putting their all into something. I don't know what was given. Then we got the Ten of Wands, where it talks about the work, right? It could actually be physical labor, where the hurt and the pain comes from working really hard and not getting what you feel out of it. And that is that Five of Pentacles, because I remember Nipsey saying that. It's like, what am I doing this for? Like, how long? Okay. Oh, like dedication, hard work. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. But I feel like it's in thought. If this is not being communicated, it may be in thought, where someone's thinking this. And if you keep thinking it that particular way, it could lead to poor health and a depletion of energy. And so the Queen of Wands asking, and see, here's the Death card. I had the Sun card that kind of looks like this, but now we have this transformation or this transition where there's a bit of confusion. See what I mean? So it's like the Queen of Wands is advising for us, you, them, whoever, to see an aspect of the self that we don't see. And it involves that Three of Swords. I saw the Nine of Swords and I knew the devil was going to come out. It is kind of like self-sabotage. We got the Page of Swords and the Five of Swords. So it also may be a family situation for some, for sure. And it may involve two women, because there's a lot of female characters coming up outside of the Emperor. Well, like in time, some things are going to be brought to the surface, and I feel like it's dark. Oh, the dark part. Okay, cool. Thank you. That idea. This energy of the Two Swords, and then something else comes in to release it. It hurts a little bit, but it does move you forward. And I feel like improves your health, gives you more energy and your optimism. Protecting yourself from dark energies in the psyche that could have been put there by others, wishing it on you, putting your name in a jar, whatever. If you subscribe to it, because they say it only negative affects people who believe. Okay. And I did just see the Page of Wands. But if there's a person or an aspect of you that may be under this darkness or whatever, that has to be dealt with. So it's an aspect of the self that would approach a situation and get a reaction like that. So, for instance, if I were dealing with a person and they had certain ways about them, and I said, like the color purple, until you do right by me, right? I done put some on them, and they may need to sit with themselves to see what aspect of their shadow causes somebody to even go deep down and do some shit like that. It could be me putting this, you motherfucker, right? Whoa, what pushes you to get that way? Okay. And if there's any passive aggression involved, where in one instance, ooh, that does sound like a toxic situation. In one instance, I appreciate you and, you're the one for me. And then 2 seconds later, no call, no show. And you done really hyped me up, but no call, no show. And it's like, you know what? All right, motherfucker. Until you do right by me. And she has the capacity to do that. Until you do right. Right? There go that 3 swords, until you do right. So for whoever that's for, baby, until you do right. And look, she's facing left. So she said, until you do right. Now, if we facing left, we got that 5 of Pentacles. Now, let's see what happened when we do right. Lord. 6 coins. See, it sounds sometimes like, I don't want to say it could sound like nonsense. You have people that tap into tarot videos just for fuck's sake. So not me or not you per se, but it is not nonsense. This is no coincidence that the Queen of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles is facing left. And when I say until you do right, with the 6 of Pentacles, it has something to do with receiving. It also has something to do with, is it reciprocity, receptivity, like this give and take until you're fair, until you ask, because some people are just stubborn and won't ask for help, especially in that 5 of Pentacles energy. It's like this difference. I'm different. I think different. I'm going against tradition. So, I'm on this road by myself. And this card is like, no, it talks about asking, receiving, and or support. So until they do right, until you do right, this is support. This is giving and receiving. If there's stagnancy, there you have it. She said, until you do right. So that 3 of Swords is like, I ain't having it. Like, until you do right. I'm not having it. There could be some deception. There may be some manipulation and some wrongdoing, and it's affecting the giving and receiving. So if you don't feel you're receiving what you're putting out in life, it's something we done talked about, right? And if that person, until they do right about you, I don't feel that their health, their finances, or their love life is improving. So whatever you did or said is what that is. It's not funny, but bottom of the deck, we have the King of Coins, who is facing forward into the present moment and no longer going against the tides. Okay. We have this unexpected situation with the Tower. That lie, that's the glass ceiling. Okay. I think that lie is the self-sabotage. We have strength. All right. So the ego. Okay. If there's some blows to the ego, I feel like they may have been necessary. For others of us, this strength may be necessary for the grace. This strength may be necessary to persevere. And for others of us, when we have that death to the ego, it's us being guided by something more gracious. Okay. Because she can be gracious, but she can also be that lion. So it's like you choose. Okay. We got the 10 of Wands. That is where the work begins. We also have the 7 of Cups, where it talks about offers, options, confusion, or opportunities. So whatever you're looking to manifest, it may be in the cards. And I hope that helps.